key, and that is why we aim to unlock the doors of opinion, unveiling the stories that need to be told. The Morning Express on Mainland 98.3 FM from 5 a.m. to 11 a.m. as we invoke the thought-provoking discussion, tackle the tough questions, challenge assumption, and give a voice to the unheard. This is the
We are surprised because at the see what will happen. Our property, we have been tear gassed as governors. We have been molested in spite of our immunity in time and whatever that we have as leaders in our own right with our chairman. Well, it is for the nation to gauge the kind of democracy we have, the kind of leadership that we have. I would advise the presidency that it should not keep people who are no longer useful in terms of managing the political space, managing our diversity, creating unity and governance. We don't want to cause trouble to anybody. Yes, we are in the opposition. We should be allowed to survive. The international community should know what we are going through. We are going through hell. Our party is being destroyed by people from inside. And the relevant laws were invoked to get them out. And we are here to inaugurate our leaders. Our chairman's invitation. Maybe you will hear more from him, but certainly we are cautioning that this thing is getting out of hand. Enough is enough.
Good morning. What a way to start the day. It is Wednesday, the 19th of November, 2025. And as I said earlier, what a way indeed to start the day. You're welcome to the Morning Express on Mainland 98.3 FM, where we talk to you, where we give you insight, where we give you analysis, where we elucidate on matters of national significance, and most importantly, give you a platform to also air your opinion on these matters after being equipped with all the focusing on our newspapers. And we call this segment Trends in the Papers. If that conversation is happening, we most certainly will be having it on here. But of course, we have to rely on our newspapers as our source, at least for this segment of the Morning Express. That is why it's called Trends in the Papers. We welcome you once again to Mainland FM, especially if you're realizing or finding out about us for the first time. We're very happy that you're here. We have the ability to accommodate as many family members as possible. We have an opportunity to accommodate as many thoughts, as many opinions, and that's via the phone as we begin to look at the most trending stories. You follow us, you share, you like, you interact with our post that we're live. You are the first to know. You can stream as well. If you're outside the country, most particularly, you will benefit from the streaming platform because there's no restriction. Whatever part of the world you're in, as long as you have access to the internet, .com. Facebook is at Mainland 98.3 FM. YouTube is at Mainland 98. Engaging you, giving you an opportunity to win something for yourself, because a lot of you decided that that's the only thing you want to be doing. You don't want to talk about national issues anymore, and we wanted to give you a chance to also play on other programs, yes, programs, and win yourself a bag of rice on that program. And if you're confused, well, we're giving you a chance to add a bag of rice. All you have to do is answer, at least we're calling you to come and carry your bag of
I'm not good with accounting.
Things have happened, and we will be talking about those things. Yes, and again, it's funny, and not political parties that used to be the vehicles of democracy, elect the people that will rule us from, have now become nothing but theater. They've become comical. They might as well just have. You're confused as to what I'm referencing. For the PDP secretary, a faction loyal to Wike, the PDP national secretariat in Abuja, and owning governors Bala Mohammed chaos all through security agents. That's the security agents of both factions clashing, and it led to tear gassing with journalists, with spectators. Will not leave with some sort of physiology, pushing each other and shoving each other from Bala Mohammed. And then I'm going to play one from Turaki. That is the factional PDP. Show you the comments from Bala Mohammed, the comments from ᴏᴜ Makinde, and then the comments.
animism, and hooliganism and charlatanism. And by so doing, he is not helping even the present administration. I'm talking about what is causing all this. We should go by the rule. Arrogance and impunity. You see, we were going, the access to go, they will go, but the police are sneaking people in. This is our secretariat. If they want to say they have a so-called faction, they should go somewhere. All the governors are here. All the senators, all the members of the House of Reps. Why is the media splinter group? They want to scuttle and destroy PDP, destroy the opposition, and by so doing, destroy democracy in Nigeria. That is their own feeling because they are illiterates. They are driven by arrogance and illiteracy and impunity, by impulse. They believe whatever their boss says in media, press, that is what it goes even into their narration. We are driven by law and by system. So Tanimu Turaki, after the convention, there is a report. We have already sent all the reports to INEC. INEC is not obliged or forced to attend any convention of any political party. Have you ever seen APC doing any convention? Did you ask them? But they have leaders, and they are recognized by INEC. Why must you be the only person that you assess? Please, you should be able to be fair. Yes, the Constitution does not force them to be there. But we must give them notice. We give them notice and they accept it and acknowledge. We have the acknowledgement that they got the notice. If they decide not to come, that is their own free volition. But certainly we have documents that we have notified them duly and they accepted.
Okay. So
the convention is legal because all the court orders have been set aside by the appellant courts because we have already made a plea and it has been put aside. So people should know the process of our legal system. Already they are just being supported and then by the police, and you, the media too, you don't tell them the truth. But they should know that it has come to an end. That's an end of hooliganism. You know, they should go and leave us alone. Must we be with us? This man, why is he working? Is he not working with APC? Why didn't you ask him? Is it moral for him to say that he will be in APC to destroy us?
Well, first and foremost, it's a message of hope, real hope, that I want to give to our members all across the nation and Nigerians. This fight is not about PDP. It is about the future of democracy in Nigeria. So, for us, our people should know that this is a case of it may get worse before it will get better, because we are on a solid ground. And if we have to stay here for the next 2 weeks so that democracy will survive in Nigeria, you will see us here. Oh, hold on, small minds talk about people. Average mind talks about events. We will rather talk about issues. What's the issue? The issue is we don't believe in a one-party Nigeria. We believe that our founding fathers, they gave us a multi-party democracy. We must sustain it so that Nigerians can have options when they are choosing their leaders. That is the issue. I don't want to talk about individuals, and I don't want to talk about events.
I want to call on President Trump. What is at stake is not just genocide against Nigerian Christians. He should come and save democracy in Nigeria. Democracy is under threat. I'm calling on all other developed nations, all advanced democracies, come and save Nigeria. Come and save democracy. Because I cannot understand how a serving minister of the Federal Republic of Nigeria will be leading talks, armed talks, and then with the active connivance or support of the police to come and create mayhem here. I have said it, we are willing to lay down our lives to protect our office, to protect our democracy, to protect our mandate. So Nigerians, you are watching what is happening. International community, you are seeing the threat that Nigerian democracy is. Come and save us, come and save us.
Fuad, are you with me?
I'm with you.
Do you remember one time somebody called and said that Donald Trump should come and save the PDP? I went on a 2 minutes long monologue about how it is inappropriate and the thought in itself is somewhat asinine. But here we have and we have the factional chairman of the party calling on President Donald Trump, the president of another country, and the international community to terrorism. This is hooliganism. This is illiteracy. INEC is not obligated to monitor a convention. INEC's absence does not in any way delegitimize or invalidate that particular convention. If they want to kill us, they should kill us. We will be here. We are against a one-party system. We have a Ḥeyi Makinde that is saying it will get worse before it gets better. Forward side, a BOT meeting is now something that is leading to security operatives who are armed to the teeth, shoving, pushing each other and tear gassing each other. Help us make sense of this disgraceful scenario that we witnessed yesterday, Fuad.
Honestly, it didn't come as a surprise. I have to tell you, it didn't come as a surprise. Yesterday I told Lady Mo that there was going to be a showdown. I told her that there was going to be a showdown at the PDP secretariat, and that we should be prepared worse off than kids, and that we're going to see pushing. I'm going to get very funny sound bites because the two factions were going to clash, and it happened as I predicted. Now, Sage. There is nothing to add other than to say that, look, I agree with Tʀᴇɪᴅs Iṛ, the factional chairman, that democracy is under suspicion. If they are not careful, will come from within. Do you understand what I'm saying? You do not. I agree with him that democracy is under threat. That this is supposed to be the largest opposition party in Nigeria, and it's a build-up of illegal battles. People were pushing themselves. The police were taking sides. The governors were there. DK came in his Gestapo manner, like Van Damme, quote and unquote. Interesting choice of words to describe, what was happening. He said it's gangsterism, hooliganism. But honestly, all of this didn't come out. The only thing was, I didn't say, look, this is about saving multi-party democracy and the idea to save democracy. And honestly, let me tell you, all Chiriki come down from his vehicle. Yeah. Sage. Because I was hoping to see a situation where
I'm not talking about people. I'm talking about issues here. So he doesn't want to respond to what happened to their friendship.
Because there's no way that conversation. So he went on the rhetoric for 4 minds, talk about people, average minds talk about events, but people like us will talk about issues.
Yeah.
There's no way you talk about issues in isolation. Because people at events also make issues. So this idea of trying to deflect on the question of the journalist is not smart enough. He was part of the same people and events that led the to where they are now. So that was why he avoided that question. Was he not part of the G5?
He was.
Stage.
He was.
So and then sabotage the interest of their party. So all of that has accumulated to the issues of the party being in disarray. So he now wants to talk about issues, but the things that led to the issues, he doesn't want to talk about it. The truth. So, Sage, our politicians are not learning. And this is not a PDP matter. It's across board. Sage, it is across all the political parties and political interests that our politicians have not learned any lessons. I've told you about the collapse of the First, Second, and Third Republic. Whether we've learned any lessons, whether they paid attention to how the First Republic collapsed, how the Second Republic collapsed, and how the Third Republic collapsed after years of fighting, experiment. But they are not truncate it. The way they are going, if we are not careful, that's why I said that, look, I agree with Rafi that in the political space, democracy is under threat because we don't even have democracy. in reality. A democracy where the executive, the judiciary, and the legislature, everything looks the same. The dividends of democracy they can't give to the people. 26 years down the line, it is still the same story of insecurity, poor roads, lack of infrastructure, poor healthcare, poor education. Nigerians are escaping from their country as if we are in a war situation. Our politicians are, if anybody thinks anything is working, you are basically deceiving yourself. The man that is calling on to has become a threat to democracy in their country.
Honestly, I was...
problem with their own democracy. So I don't know whether to achieve himself, but where I'm going to say is that our politicians have to be very careful. They have to be very, this is how it builds up. See, they not very, yeah. This understand what I'm saying. These things don't just happen. Events it start to build up. After my wife, the fact, if you go and look at the story of the Wild Wild West, this crisis just continues to build up, and then fast something happens. That thing that may happen, I don't know. Our politicians have to be very, very careful. I have said their actions and inactions, they will be the ones, if they are not careful, that will truncate this democracy.
Democracy is very shaky at this moment, especially with the recent events that we've seen. So far, so good. I think the APC is the only one.
I'm saying for those who are in the ruling party who say nothing will happen, they should continue. Well, or nothing can happen.
They are not washing their dirty linen in public is the only difference that exists between
No.
the people.
It doesn't, you see, I've said it several. The reason why everything looks cool, calm, and collected in the ruling party is related to the party. You understand what I'm saying? Yeah. But again, because everybody says food. But the reality is that, assembly. Look, for one of the issues that are supposed to come up are not even coming up. Look at our judiciary. Our judgments are coming out. Court of coordinate jurisdiction keep contradicting others. People can continue to live in denial about it. They can be delusional about it. That this democracy will not fail if we are not careful. That means you are not a student of history. Go and check that we are not back to what we fought against, and then just push ourselves to a very terrible situation again.
Be displeased with his call for foreign assistance in helping to restore democracy. Republicans that are with Donald Trump do not agree with the way he's managing certain situations. So America might not be the authority on democracy, especially now. The APC as well are saying, why would you be calling for foreign interventions? Power to monitor political party activity. Now, you do know that there are considerations for the Electoral Act, adjustments in the Electoral Act, and so that these provisions are not subject to multiple interpretations. But when you use blanket statements and then somebody is able to, but that they should put clauses that are very, very specific. They have one interpretation, that these adjustments have become a necessary adjustment to certain clauses in the Electoral Act. And I just wanted to take or not INEC's absence invalidates the outcome of that convention.
Well, Sage, there's no perfect system anywhere. Right. That's why you also have the judiciary to also interpret. And on the basis of interpretation, you don't take one aspect of the law in isolation. So you might have a situation exactly, so you can now find another provision to say, okay, well, based on this other provision, you can well interpret this provision bigger than the way sometimes we look at this thing. And that is why it is important to have a judiciary. You just go back to the courts to help you sort it out. And whatever pronouncement, in fact, you know that judgments of court eventually will become part of this election, provided there's an opportunity. I mean, you now know that in the case of elections, so this is the way to see Abuja. You can as well refer and regard what is state. It is the federal capital territory under jurisdiction of the president who appoints a minister to run it. But when it comes to conducting elections, it is seen in the eyes of native law, not definitive law. The bigger issues here is that our politicians are people that are planning to rule us. They are our leaders. I'm just, How did you feel yesterday seeing that entire scenario? That these are the people running the country. Politicians in the APC are better behaved. The only thing is that there's a school principal there, Tony Egalowo. In the PDP, they collected the case from the principal. There's no principal. It is whatever, just do what they like.
Well, Fuatai, that is the situation. We've actually been able to address the bulk of the stories in the papers this morning. They're all intertwined, but we cannot leave here without once again referencing a few of them were able to escape, and they have relived.
About three now from the reports. Yeah.
They're telling stories about the horrors of the experience that they had with this conversation. And I say interesting is apparently there was intelligence that and for a whole hour unabated, to the point that they were able to lead 25 girls, murder a vice principal, injure the principal, and nobody was able to arrest that particular. And now we're seeing the Kebbi girls, 25 of them being abducted, 3 were able to survive. I think a few girls were also able to escape the Chibok situation.
I think 3 of them so far, 22 still in the hands of this.
Every year, and the supposed helplessness that we see, the position of helplessness that we often see with our security operatives, especially in a case like this one where intelligence was actually given. I do not understand. How do you move people like this unabated and operate for hours?
So before we talk about the motive, because again, the motive is clear, even though again, we have to begin to check and recheck. I think the motive basically is to, even though they can come in different form and shapes, you know, they come sometimes as jihadists, basically sometimes they come as bandits, sometimes they pretend. Now, Sage, look at this particular story. We were still dealing with the assassination of the Brigadier General Uba, right? And how it's happened as I speak. The reports we are getting is that this is probably the most it's a tough period for the Nigerian military. The level of motivation from the reports we are getting has gone down completely. And it's important for us to say that, look, something has to happen very urgently to save the situation. Because again, we're seeing videos, communication channel, a lot of questions as to what happened with that situation. Only for us to hear again that 25 young girls in a school, secondary school in Kebbi, have all been abducted. The governor said it. I think the police have also confirmed it. And I also think the presidency have also confirmed that this was an intelligence failure. There was enough intelligence, according to report by the DS, that happened. So what it means is that we are dealing with serious internal sabotage. And there have been questions around the composition of our security. Talked about this reintegration of repented, the so-called repented bandits and terrorists into the society, who may also be serving as sleeper cells to these criminals. So, and several others too. Now we have the Kebbi girls. 3, according to reports, have escaped. They are still 22. They killed the vice principal last week.
Yes, I saw that church attack. I saw the video.
You saw how depressed. Look, I could not finish watching the video. See. I saw how aged people who were in a church.
Oh my God!
Had to run for safety. You said safety. Luckily, we say luckily because it could have been another massacre in the making. Because if we had not been able to quickly leave that, the other says that they killed one person and then they found the body of somebody else in the bush. We've also seen videos now where people are saying that, look, different parts of Kwara, we are in a war situation. Let's not be deceived. This is not a case of just banditry, and we need to see it as such, because the only way to deal with this is to call emergency, declare war on these people, and go after them with every seriousness that it deserves. This is not the time to play politics. This is not the time to point fingers and look for who to blame. And where does the buck stop? Sage.
The decks of the president.
Where is the president today, Sage? Do you know?
I mean, it should be in Aso Rock, I guess.
The president has gone to South Africa. For I think is it COP30 or what?
Why if he
comes
back?
That's why we're sending or deploying the president is in the country. Sage. At the time when the country is burning, the situation we've gotten, the situation we have in the last 3 days, we found that we are here in the southwest and we have this relative peace. This doesn't mean anything is wrong with anybody. People can no longer travel. Inquire here. And then for people in the southwest, we think we are immune. We are safe from this situation. We are talking about Kwara State. You saw the video. A CAC church. Even for the sake of God and that something that would have been another war in the making. If those, because we saw the both guys with their weapons, I can say I have to just shut down my phone. That means I can't deal with this again.
Oh, he left today. Oh wow.
He left today.
He left today because I was.
What is the cost in that conference? What are they discussing here?
He's also.
Can anything out there be more important than what you are dealing with back home? Say. Can any discussion? I'm asking now. Very simple question. Can anything be more important to the president to attend to and deal with in that G10 or G20 or whatever it is? That is more important than the fact that, look, these guys have decided to wage war on Nigeria and Nigerians.
Fuad, we actually have to go. We're pressed for time, unfortunately. So he's attending the 20th summit of the G20 leaders. That's actually what he's going to do in South Africa.
What are they discussing in that place that can be more important than what we are dealing with back home? That's the question I'm asking. What? Where is the economy where people are dying? Who is the economy going to help? People are dying. Those bandits are attacking churches, killing people, killing military generals. School children have been abducted in their numbers. And the president has left the country for G20 competition. And anybody who's trying to nationalize that.
And get your